Here she goes again. Hide your face, hide your neck, duck your head, wear an NFL football helmet when you are playing in a game versus DiJonai Carrington. Fresh off of clotheslining, a Kane and Undertaker clothesline from hell that she delivered to Sophie Cunningham, this girl is right back on the court, hitting people upside the head once.
Hands up, swipe for the ball with our right hand while poking the player in the eye with the left hand.
The eyeball. We're poking eyeballs out again. Is that what we're doing? We're eye gouging again?
There's a moment in sports when bad luck stops looking like bad luck and starts looking like a pattern. DiJonai Carrington may have just reached that point. Just 4 days after her Flagrant 2 ejection against Sophie Cunningham, she was back against the Golden State Valkyries. Then, in the same game, 2 more incidents put her under the spotlight. One caught Cecilia Zandolini in the eye. The other caught Tiffany Hayes across the mouth. 2 players, 2 separate plays, 1 game. And suddenly, fans were asking the same question. How many times can this happen before it stops looking accidental?
Tried to tell ya, I tried. This girl is not going to stop until she takes somebody out the league. This girl will not stop until she ends somebody's career. DiJonai Carrington, once again, with another dirty foul in less than a week, in just a couple of days apart from each other. A couple of days apart from the Sophie Cunningham hard foul. You have Mrs. Eye Poke, Mrs. Flagrant foul. I'm gonna grab your head, I'm gonna hit your head upside your head, knock you out the air. Mrs. I'm gonna pull your hair. Mrs. I'm gonna whack you on the back of your head. Mrs. Long nailed, sharp knobbed fingertips. DiJonai Carrington strikes again.
On the first play, Carrington was guarding Zandolini on the perimeter. Her right hand went for the ball, but her left hand swept up and across, landing directly in Zandolini's eye as both arms rose. Later, Tiffany Hayes drove for a layup. Carrington jumped with her, but instead of getting near the ball, her arm came down and caught Hayes across the mouth. Neither play was called a flagrant or technical, but Carrington had already picked up a technical in the third quarter for arguing with a referee, adding even more tension to an already heated game.
She put both hands up right after. But that's DiJonai.
Yeah, I gouged another white girl. Yeah, I gouged another white girl while wearing your Sophie Cunningham wig. I am officially. Hey, this ain't Clerks 2, but I'm taking back Sophie Cunningham's hair. I'm taking it back. You got Sophie Cunningham's hair on while you're poking the white girls in the eyeball.
Now, here's where it gets serious. This isn't a rookie still learning the speed of the league. This is a 6-year veteran who has played for 3 franchises and already has a documented history that includes poking Caitlin Clark in the eye during the 2024 playoffs. Clark said it wasn't intentional, while Carrington insisted she couldn't imagine deliberately hitting someone in the eye. Fair enough. Fans gave her the benefit of the doubt. But once can be an accident. Twice can be a coincidence. A third and fourth incident, repeatedly involving the face during physical plays, starts looking like something much harder to ignore.
Go on to defend her, the story, the narrative that she's not a dirty player, she makes plays like this all the time. I put together a little clip of DiJonai Carrington, who is definitely one of the dirtiest players in the WNBA. I don't know if we can roll it, but she's taken her long fingernails. She's scratched Caitlin Clark's eyes out. She's had multiple instances of chasing people down from behind, trying the same swat and smashing them in the head and causing mini fights. She pulled another girl's hair. I don't know if we'll get to that clip in a second when she's falling. Totally dirty play. This is not a skin color thing. She has a history of making dirty plays, and it's fine. The NBA, you can be
It's important to remember just how talented Carrington really is, because that's what makes this situation so frustrating for people who respect her game. She's a former Most Improved Player finalist with elite defensive instincts, length, and anticipation that allow her to guard multiple positions. Nobody is questioning her basketball ability. The real question is whether talent can keep excusing a pattern that puts other players at risk. Right now, the conversation around Carrington has shifted away from her skill and toward her conduct.
The Flagrant 2 on DiJonai Carrington against Sophie Cunningham, where she proceeded to go into the locker room and tweet white privilege after being thrown out of the game. Not going to comment on that situation, but I will say this. This is a flagrant 2. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, don't matter. This is a flagrant. I mean, she clotheslined her. What more do you want? So this looks very bad. It just shows that the WNBA is nowhere near where they need to be professionally, because again, this is a clothesline. It's a flagrant 2.
We have to go back to where this entire storm started, because the Valkyries game didn't happen in a vacuum. Just 4 days earlier, Carrington was involved in the WNBA's most talked about foul of the season. Sophie Cunningham was airborne on a fast break layup when Carrington came from behind and swept her arm across Cunningham's head and neck. Cunningham crashed hard to the floor. Officials initially called it a flagrant 1, then upgraded it to a flagrant 2 after review, citing the wind-up, impact, and follow-through, the exact factors used to determine a foul serious enough to warrant an automatic ejection.
Posted white privilege after getting tossed from the game, but says it wasn't about the foul. Can you explain this?
No, I can't. When she tweeted white privilege, she did it so quickly, it was almost as though she had the phone in her pocket after this foul and she got ejected. So, I mean, to say she wasn't referring to this play or getting kicked out and saying that the only reason she got kicked out and it got upgraded is because Sophie Cunningham is white is crazy. It was a crazy thing to tweet. Maybe crazier than to try to act like it had nothing to do with the play. So I have no idea what she's talking about. I don't think anybody can have any idea what she's talking about. Bizarre.
What made that moment even more explosive was what happened next. Cunningham got up and immediately confronted Carrington, forcing teammates from both sides to pull them apart. When reporters asked why Cunningham wasn't given a technical for going after Carrington, the officiating crew said her reaction was understandable given the severity of the contact. That was the league essentially acknowledging how serious Carrington's foul was. It wasn't a neutral explanation. It reinforced what many fans had already seen in the replay.
When it comes to DiJonai Carrington, here she is on the floor being dirty once again. The girl cannot help herself at this point. She can't help it. Take a look at this. Okay, you swing at the ball, but then you hit her all in the face with your other hand, and then you put your hands up like you didn't do nothing. You hitting her all in the face. Look at this. Watch her left hand. The right hand right here went to the ball. Watch this left hand. Like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? When is enough with this chick? Come on. Come on. You hitting people in the face. It's over and over and over. How many times do we have to?
Now look at the timeline. Carrington scored 8 points in 4 minutes off the bench, got ejected in the first quarter for a foul the league called excessive, and just 4 days later was involved in 2 more incidents involving players' faces. That's more than one unlucky moment. It's a pattern of aggression crossing the same line against different opponents. And that brings us to a tweet gaining attention since this saga began. It claimed Carrington's career trajectory was not looking good, pointing to her moves from Connecticut to Dallas, then Minnesota, and now Chicago on a 1-year deal. Whether every detail in that post is exact or exaggerated, the bigger point is what fans are noticing. She has moved through 4 organizations in roughly 2 years, and each move has ended with another team choosing to move on.
You know, DiJonai Carrington damn near decapitated Sophie Cunningham's head. And even though she bloodied Sophie Cunningham's mouth, and even though she got ejected and ran straight to Twitter after being assessed a flagrant 2, and putting white privilege in caps while tagging the Indiana Fever, we the public, we the fans of the WNBA, we the fans of Sophie Cunningham, and we the fans of good basketball, we're just stupid because we inferred that DiJonai Carrington tweeting white privilege, of course, had something to do with the flagrant 2 and the ejection. But DiJonai is coming out to set the record straight, baby. She said that we're stupid, we lack critical thinking skills, and in no way, shape, or form would she ever use the word.
When a player keeps getting moved, sometimes it's about fit, rebuilding, or simply business. But when multiple coaches choose not to bring her back, and her latest team offers only a 1-year deal, it raises questions. Front offices may value her athletic ability while still hesitating to make a long-term commitment. For a veteran, a 1-year deal can feel more like a trial than a vote of confidence. Then her social media post shifted the conversation toward race and officiating instead of the actual foul. And now, less than a week later, she's involved in 2 more incidents in one game. If the league truly means zero tolerance for dangerous contact, this is exactly the kind of situation that will test whether those rules are actually enforced.
Favorite player.
Went over
Look,
to one of
watch
the
it.
officials. As you see Sarah Williams there.
She trying to make it seem like a fan did something crazy to her, right? While watch.
Handled at the moment.
Look at what y'all looking at. They going to talk to that dude. They've been trying to make him leave, right? She's trying to get somebody kicked out. So he getting up. He end up leaving, right? He end up leaving. So they got to investigate. They got to investigate. Now look at the 4th quarter. Look at who you see back 10 out there. He's sitting right there. That's him right there. And see, these are the type of games that they play when they in the wrong, right? And it's not a coincidence that this stuff is happening because she's been dirty forever. But has she been getting people kicked out like that or attempting to get people kicked out like that? No. Now all of a sudden, now it's time to start kicking people out. Man, it's crazy.
And fans have absolutely noticed. They're not just calling it a rough game anymore. They're calling it a pattern. That nickname has followed Carrington since the Clark incident in 2024, but now it's being used with far more frustration because this time, 3 different players were involved in face area incidents within a single week. The accountability issue gets even bigger because after the Cunningham foul, Carrington posted about white privilege from the locker room instead of addressing the play itself. Whatever her intent, the post buried the real questions. Was the foul dangerous? Is there a pattern? And now, after the Valkyries game, both controversies are colliding at once, and neither makes Carrington look like someone taking responsibility.
Guys, bow, went for the ball. I mean, like, where the like, there's no, you hit the ball on that one, and right here, like, it's like, all right, I missed the ball, now I gotta smack you. I like, come on, guys. Like, and I know the community is gonna say she went for the ball. She went for the ball. Yeah, I mean, I know her head might be shaped like a ball. We all, it's a similarity there. But there's no way DiJonai Carrington continuously gets away with this time after time after time. Like, the compilations, DiJonai, is not good. It's not good. It's not good for you. It's absolutely not good for you. You're poking people in the eye, flagrant fouling people. Like, what are you doing? You swipe for the ball and then you smack her right in the eyes. Like, this is dirty.
There's also a fairness issue that can't be ignored because Carrington's career isn't the only thing at stake when this keeps happening. Cecilia Zandolini has to finish games with a coaching staff, now wondering what happens whenever Carrington switches onto her. Tiffany Hayes took contact to the face during a play where the ball wasn't even close, while Sophie Cunningham left the floor shaken after her foul. These aren't just statistics. They're real players taking real contact from someone who has built a reputation for playing dangerously close to the rulebook, and, according to many fans, crossing that line.
DiJonai Carrington break more WNBA rules by being on her phone while being ejected. That is a widely spread rumor that started basically after the game and went into overnight, that she should be suspended because she was on her phone after being ejected, and then somebody shared this rule or a screenshot of WNBA rules. So I went to the rules myself. It's a 91-page document, and I've been searching every keyword and every possibility to try to find this rule that they're saying exists, that players aren't allowed to be on any electronic device or their phones 30 minutes before the game or 30 minutes up to 30 minutes after the game.
Then there's another layer of this story that raises even more questions. After the ejection, clips and claims began circulating that Carrington was seen on her phone while still in uniform. If true, that could be a serious issue given the league's strict policies. The WNBA's collective bargaining agreement prohibits players from wagering directly or indirectly on games, and the league has faced growing scrutiny around gambling-related content. If there's truth to the phone use claims, the lack of a clear response from the league only adds to the controversy. A league that demands strict gambling standards also needs to apply those standards consistently. And fans are already asking the obvious question: how many more incidents will it take before someone finally steps in?
How many people are you just going to hit in the face? Let me freeze right there. It's like every single game, you are hitting somebody else in the face. Every game you're hitting somebody in the face like this, and that wasn't even the worst. Take a look at this play right here. This girl's a menace in the league. I'm telling you, she's a menace. It's unsafe for people to be out there with her. It's unsafe. Let's go here. Now take a look at this. You got Tiffany Hayes driving to the rim. And watch, here goes DiJonai Carrington right here. Here goes DiJonai Carrington. Watch her. You're nowhere near the ball, dude. You are nowhere near the fucking ball. Like, stop.
And that's really why this story has grown far beyond another rough night on the box score. This isn't a one-off flagrant that disappears in a week. It's a string of face area incidents tied to Carrington, involving multiple opponents and teams, with another incident piling up just days after the Cunningham foul. Every time, the explanation is some version of it wasn't intentional. But eventually, intent stops being the only question. The pattern becomes the story. And right now, that pattern is saying more than Carrington is. You can't build a defensive identity around a player who keeps making headlines for hitting opponents in the face instead of making headlines for stops and deflections. Every incident creates the same reaction. Carrington did it again. That's an image problem. And in a league this visible, image problems can quickly become career problems.
At some point, the WNBA front office is going to have to admit this chick is intentionally targeting the face. Here's Mick. I don't even know how you do this intentionally. The ball is behind her, and she went for the ball with her right hand while clawing her in the face with her left hand. Yeah. White girls are only 15% of the WNBA, but seem disproportionately targeted by DiJonai, the condiment made by mixing mayonnaise and Dijon mustard. Fair enough. Another dirty play by DiJonai. I wonder, is this white privilege as well? Does this qualify as white privilege? Oof. This is more like DiJonai fatigue.
And that's really why this story has grown far beyond another rough night on the box score. This isn't a one-off flagrant that disappears in a week. It's a string of face area incidents tied to Carrington, involving multiple opponents and teams, with another incident piling up just days after the Cunningham foul. Every time, the explanation is some version of it wasn't intentional. But eventually, intent stops being the only question. The pattern becomes the story. And right now, that pattern is saying more than Carrington is. You can't build a defensive identity around a player who keeps making headlines for hitting opponents in the face instead of making headlines for stops and deflections. Every incident creates the same reaction. Carrington did it again. That's an image problem. And in a league this visible, image problems can quickly become career problems.